You know, Alva, in her 2016 interview to India Today, also dropped bombshells on Sonia Gandhi's arbitrary style of functioning and how the Congress dishonored ex-Prime Minister Narasimha Rao in his death.
When Narasimha Rao was Prime Minister and you were part of his government, you personally witnessed the fraught and steadily deteriorating relations between Narasimha Rao and Sonia Gandhi. You write, she seemed unable to trust him. The Prime Minister on his part had always been unnerved by her aloofness. Tell me briefly about that difficult relationship.
Well, I don't know. Mr. Narasimha Rao would call me sometimes on a Sunday evening and simply ask, what does the lady want? Nothing that I could say, but he wanted to know what the mood was at 10 Janpat. He was worried. He didn't want to have any sort of clash or any kind of problem with her. And when I spoke to Sonia ji, she always felt that PV Narasimha Rao, for some reason or the other, was not prepared, you know, to deal with her like he should have. But most important of all is that I paid the price because both suspected me. And I see the other day in one of the books which has come out that PV Narasimha Rao had put the IB after me also to see where my loyalties lay.
The relationship between Narasimha Rao and Sonia Gandhi hit a particular low point when the government decided it would appeal against the Delhi High Court quashing the Bofors case. And that appeal meant that the charges against Rajiv Gandhi would be revived and reinstated. This particularly upset Sonia Gandhi, and this is what you write in your book. At this, Sonia snapped. What does the Prime Minister want to do? She asked. Send me to jail? Did she really believe that Narasimha Rao could send her to jail?
I can't say that, but she asked me because I was in charge of the CBI. I was the minister in charge, attached to the Prime Minister at that time. And I was not told, I was not consulted, and the file was dealt with directly by the PMO with the CBI director keeping me out. And that upset me also because as minister I was not even told.
So this decision to appeal against the Delhi High Court quashing of the Bofors case happened without your knowing?
Without my knowledge.
And that added to Sonia's suspicion?
Exactly.
And Sonia did believe that one way or another Narasimha Rao did not have her best interests at heart.
Could be. I don't know.
In 2004 December, when Narasimha Rao died, there's a real sense from your book that Sonia Gandhi got her revenge. You were General Secretary and you saw how Narasimha Rao's body was treated by Congress, and Sonia by then was Congress President. This is what you write. His body was not even let into the AICC compound. Instead, the gun carriage carrying the former Prime Minister and Congress President was parked on the pavement outside the gate, with chairs lined for party leaders outside the gate. It's a horrifying way of treating a former party president and Prime Minister.
Whatever the differences, he was the Prime Minister, he had been the Prime Minister, he had been Congress President, he had been Chief Minister, he had been Party General Secretary. You know, and he had done a wonderful job, whatever you may say, wherever he worked, except for Babri Masjid and the mess up with it. But the question was, when a man is dead, you don't treat him that way. And I was hurt. In fact, I've always regretted not walking away on that occasion, but I didn't want to insult his body by walking away.
At the time you were General Secretary, and at that time you were very close to Mrs. Gandhi. She had personally brought you back after your defeat in the 2004 elections. Did you ever raise with her this treatment of Narasimha Rao?
I did not. I was very hurt, and I didn't discuss it with anyone, though I did say to my colleagues that this is not the way to treat a dead leader.
In fact, in your book, you mentioned that even today, although Narasimha Rao was Congress President and Prime Minister, there isn't a picture of his hanging in the AICC, although there are pictures of lesser leaders, some of whom at different times even deserted Congress.
You're right, you're right. So I mentioned it's a fact, unless it's there now, not when I was General Secretary.
So truly, the Gandhis have made an attempt to literally whitewash him out of history.
Not whitewash him. Who has whitewashed him? We have had enough stories, enough books, enough articles about what he did.
But he hasn't got the just treatment he deserves.
Well, most Prime Ministers had their cremations in Delhi, had something, his body was sent to Andhra. And well, they said that he was a chief minister, great leader of Andhra, and he should be.
So he wasn't even in death given that honor of a burial or a cremation in Delhi.
You're right.